Okay, now let's start.
但我仍然可以用中文提问啊，因为我没有翻译，我觉得我问的问题我没有办法用英文很好的表述出来。就是在我们的那个皈依戒里的最后一条，是这么说的。我在学习的时候我有迷惑，希望老师能够给我解答一下。皈依戒的最后一条说：下至喜笑乃至命难，亦不舍三宝。那如果出现那种极端情况，有人在威胁我的生命，说你必须要嘴巴里说出来，你要放弃三宝，但是我心里面我确定我是不会放弃的，因为那是对彼的理解。那如果真的碰到这种极端情况，你是说我放弃，然后为了保护生命呢，还是说你不可以说我放弃？这个到底可以怎么去界定？因为有人这么问我，我不知道怎么回答。谢谢老师。
Let me translate, or Joy wants to translate. Commitment to the 皈依叫什么 ？Refuge taking. Okay.
I have the translation here because I prepared the question.
Give me the English, then I can just read directly. Yeah. Never to forsake the three jewels, even at the cost of our lives. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the question is that in the refuge vow, the last commitment is never to forsake the three jewels, even at the cost of our lives or even as a joke. So yeah, and then the Luca question was that if I was threatened and forced to forsake or renounce the three jewels, what should I do? Should I just say and then in my heart still keep it because I understand that it is about emptiness, or I cannot say anything at all? All right. So, well, my personal view on this is that Joy of Anima. Okay, my personal view on this is that first of all, we have to protect our life first, right? So we need to protect our life. So if, let's say, we are being forced to renounce, yes, maybe we just follow, we just say, because we know this is coming from our seeds also, this is the emptiness. And first of all, we need to know that this threat is our seeds. We must have threatened somebody, other people in the past, right? So first we need to understand this is coming from our seed. And secondly, because this is coming from our seed, then we just have to comply for the sake of our life. And then once we comply, and then once we are free, then of course we need to understand, we need to do the 4 powers to clean our seeds. So remember, in all circumstances, number 1 is to protect our life. That is very important. Of course, well, I mean, when we watch movie, there are many superheroes movie or many heroes movie, you know. I don't know, suddenly I think of this Titanic, you know, I think of Titanic, and then Titanic, of course, the safe, I mean, they let the children, the ladies go first, and then all the men stay behind. Yes, I think that is a very heroic and important. I think we need to know the reason. Why do we let the children go first? Why do we let the woman go first and then the men stay behind? You know, because we believe, or rather the society believe, that the children has a long life to go, has a future. And then the woman, they are nurturing, they will take care of the children, so the men stay. But there's always another story, right? About a man and the wife in the sinking ship, and then when the ship is going down, the man actually get into the boat and then left the wife behind, and then people was ask, do you think this is acceptable? And then there are many opinions. Yeah, the man is so selfish. Why did he leave the wife behind? Although the man before leaving the wife said, hey, I love you, and then just left, And then the story ended with the situation that, hey, actually the wife is having a late stage of cancer. So no matter what, the wife will die, So before the man left the wife, he told the wife, yeah, I love you. I will take care of our children, kind of thing, So there is no fixed answer, but as long as our motivation is correct, then it should be all right. So it's back to our motivation. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Jasmine is translating on the chat box. Amazing. Okay. Yeah. I hope that answers the question. Right. Yeah. Any more questions? I think, okay, while waiting for the next question, I just like to comment Luca, these refuge commitments, there are the 12 refuge commitments are very important. And somehow I noticed that people don't really pay attention to it. So well done, you remember that is very good. People just take the refuge commitment every day. They just say the refuge commitment, but they forget about or rather every day people just take refuge. They just say, I take refuge in Buddha, in Dharma, in Sangha, but mostly people forget about the commitment. So well done. Yeah. Any more question? Other people? Pure gold, other pure gold people? Wow, I don't know all of you. All the pure gold, I look at the name, I don't know. 我都不认识呢。大家开一下视频吧，认识一下。Luca 我认识，Luca 我认识很久了。Persist， 哦，哇哦，都是在大陆吗？不是哦 ，Persist 是哪里？
I'm in Hong Kong.
哦 ，Hong Kong，Persist，
Yes.
还有刚才 Katie 是吗 ？Katie 也是 Hong Kong。And then Choi, is it Choi? Choi.
Charlie, 深圳。
深圳 OK， wow。李杰什么哈？我那个字看不清楚。文吗？李杰文吗 ？OK， 哇，字真的太小。张杰 Jasmine，Hello， 大陆吗？
是的，我来自苏州，我在苏州。
Wow. Okay, any more questions? How do you find the mixed nuts so far?
From FB.
No, I mean, how do you find the sessions so far? The
I
learning.
totally don't understand it.
Totally cannot understand. Okay.
If the explanation from Geshe-la or from all teachers mixed with Tibetan, then to get nowhere.
Or the term, right? Yeah. Okay.
Because
And
it's
actually-
very hard to locate which word is which word.
Okay.
It's very
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when we need to take the notes and for the Tibetan or Western language, and actually we don't know how to pronounce the word in Tibetan. So it's hard to take the notes, and the explanation is so hard for me.
Okay.
Yeah, if Geshe-la could just tell the whole sentence for us, that would be much better for us to understand.
Okay. Well, I think my own experience, I think some of you old people, or rather some of you who have been in the system for a while, you must have heard my story. when I first attended Bishop Michael teaching is a DCR level 5 in Singapore. He used a lot of he added a lot of Tibetan words, Nowadays he seldom used, right? Nowadays he seldom used, but level 5 especially has a lot of Tibetan words. We talk about Penche Kile, Dzogche Kile, we talk about Kun Tong Nyun Mong, Kun Tong Nyun Mong Juse, right? You remember that? Yeah. So level 5, a lot of Tibetan words. So he gave us a lot of Tibetan words. And I still remember on stage he mentioned, okay, I just want all of you to listen, to follow me, all the Tibetan words, because I'm planting seeds in your mind for you to one day understand the Tibetan, So at that moment, I felt very excited. Yeah, I want to learn, I want to learn. So I just follow. So every word he say, I just follow. And and I don't know, somehow miracle happened. End of 2016, I received the news that I was invited to join Mixed Nuts. And in 2017, we started the first Mixed Nut, until today. So just enjoy it, be happy, be excited with the Tibetan, and don't feel bad if you don't understand. Just, sponge, you just absorb everything. It's okay. If you don't understand, it's okay. And what is amazing about Geshe-la is that he will repeat again. Even if you miss the earlier, let's say you just joined this year, 2021, we have been going, this is year 5, year 5, right? This is year 5. We have done almost 5 years already. And yes, there is no way for you to catch up. I think if you want to catch up, you can watch the YouTube the whole day, I don't know, for many, many days, but you will be too tired. So it's a bit impossible to catch up in that way. But Geshe Michael, when he's explaining, he will always repeat, Yeah, so it's a good method to learn. To be frank, I also don't understand a lot of things, except my own book. My own book I understand, but other people's book, no way. But what happened is that when one book is finished, like let's say the Golden Key, by Word. So because as part of the Mixed Nuts, I have to do the editing, I have to do the proofreading. So that process is very useful. When I was doing the proofreading, I started to understand, oh, okay, this is the meaning, that is the meaning. And then the meditation on emptiness, when I look at it, oh, okay, now I understand, So I'm actually looking forward to all the other books, Yeah. So, and then Pure Gold, you are lucky, you are part of the translation team. And then you get to look at the English draft. So when the draft is ready, that is the time where you will really learn, You will really learn. Okay. I mean, I learned the most, the thing that I learned the most is when I'm doing the proofreading. That is the best time. That's why I'm always very excited when I receive email from Geshe-la or from Utpala, hey, please help to check. Wow, I was so excited. Yeah, it's my time. So it's not about learning. It's not about really checking, but actually I'm the one learning. So that's fun. And of course, I'm Indonesia translator, so I translate to Indonesian. So that is also another opportunity. When you are doing the translation, you really get to read and to understand. Yeah. But of course, I know Pure Gold is very tough because normally your lead time is very short. Today, Geshe Michael finishes the text, tomorrow everybody wants it, Or even worse, he finished in the morning and then we want it at night, That is the pressure. Yeah, there is a pressure. But of course, quality is important. Quality is important. Don't what do you call that? Don't sacrifice the quality for speed. You know, I think this is always yeah. Don't comply. I think this is always the balance. On one hand, people want it urgently. You want to do it very quickly. On the other hand, you want to give the best quality. Yeah. Of course, another thing that is important is the language you use. The language you use should be easily understood by people. Chinese language is very deep. So I don't know. Don't quote me on this, okay? This one you need to check with your leaders. You know, Stanley Ellison or Tripping or whoever, you know. The standard, you need to ask them. But to me, well, I mean, for English and then for Indonesian, my standard is always based on the waitress test. For Chinese, the problem is that if you use too simple Chinese, people who think that they are smart, or I shouldn't say that, people who has exposures to all this ancient wisdom, especially those who know Wen Yan, when they will think that, okay, yeah, 没有文化, no culture, you know, people will think, this translation, no quality, you know. That is problem with Chinese language. If you use too difficult language, people cannot understand. If you use too easy language, people will think that, hey, this translator, no quality, no culture. You know, so I think that's why for this, you need to really consult with your leaders. I heard a comment, right, about somebody commented on the quality of the translation. No, I mean, not once. I heard many times. And then they come and tell me, hey, Pure Gold's translation is, the quality is not high. I say, no, you are wrong. It's not, their quality is not high. They are using the simple language for people to understand, you know. I mean, I have been telling people, no, Pure Gold is not low quality. Pure Gold is doing the best quality for the people to understand. So I think all of you need to have this understanding, you know. And some people come and tell me, you know, how can you translate like that? I say, yeah, this is Geshe Michael's standard, or rather, sorry, this is Geshe Michael's direction. We want our text to be understood by people. We want our text to be readable by everybody, not only people with PhD, you know. You know, PhD, in English, we say permanent head damage. You understand? Permanent head damage. You know, a lot of people, you know, if you look at the Chinese text, a lot of time you cannot understand, or rather, maybe my level is not high enough, you know. Maybe my level is not high. So I really appreciate those who can write with simple Chinese. Yeah. Okay, so that is a bit of sharing. Permanent damage. Yeah. 永久的脑子坏掉. But you know, PhD is a philosophical doctor, right? Philosophical doctor. Yeah. But we just like to joke permanent head damage. Yeah. So yeah, so I think it's good to use a simple English, or rather simple, I don't know. I mean, for Chinese, ask your leader, okay? I cannot tell you anything. Yeah. Any more questions? Any more questions? If you all want to learn more about the Tibetan, you know, in YouTube, Yeah, I know it's challenging for China people to go to YouTube. Tibetan language channel. Tibetan language channel by Geshe Michael. I think, yeah, very, very early videos, you know, is the Tibetan language teaching. So, yeah, so I think it's good for you to, if you have time, if you want to, you can learn. And Geshe Michael actually did a very easy teaching to learn the Tibetan. I've been referring a lot of people to that channel. Maybe I share my screen. So this is the channel. You can click on play. Okay, you can see all our Mixed Nuts videos are here for the past 5 years. You can go to playlist, and then you can scroll here. Here, Tibetan alphabet. You know. So when you click, and then you will see on the right-hand side. All right. I don't know why video 1 and 2 are missing. It starts from video 3. So you just watch from video 3 onwards. Yeah, 3 onwards. This is series 1. And then we have series 2. We have series 2. Where is the series 2? Oops. Stop. Okay, so this is 1. And oh yeah, this is series 2, Tibetan pronunciation. Yeah, these 2. And then of course grammar, but this grammar is very, very only 4 videos. So 16, 8, 4. So 28 videos, you know. The videos are pretty short. It's about 15 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes, maximum 20 minutes. If you have time, you can watch this series 1, series 2, and the grammar. Okay, these 3 are very easy to follow, right? And then I remember there was for term 1 and term 2, term 3, we prepared some questions for all the pure gold to learn. So if you want to learn a bit of Tibetan, term 1 is very good because it's very basic. Everybody was still very new. You know, I was also very new term 1. So Geshe Michael explained even more in term 1. And then term 2, yeah. So, oh yeah, only term 1 you have the playlist, but all the rest will be individual, yeah. And yeah, I think they organized very well. Oh yeah, term 2, term 3, term 4, right? And after that, no more. After that is our own individual. For example, this is my playlist. All my videos from the first term until now, 63 videos, you know. Yeah, so you can learn all together. So that is how we learn how I learned the language. Yeah. Oh, okay, sure. Maybe I give you the link for each playlist, huh? Oh, this is the series 1 playlist. Series 1. This is series 1. And then series 2, series 2, and then Tibetan grammar. Okay, yeah, these are the 3, and then maybe I give you the term 1. Term 1. Okay, so yeah, use this sequence. You listen to series 1, and then listen to series 2, and then the grammar. Yeah, and Geshe Michael used to praise my pronunciation. You know, he used to praise my pronunciation. The secret is the YouTube video. Okay, when you finish just series 1 is enough. You know, the 16 videos. You finish the 16 videos. Your pronunciation will be like me, and Geshe Michael will praise you, okay? In fact, Gibson also watched the video. So Gibson's pronunciation is also very beautiful, if you notice that. Gibson. Yeah, Emily is Lao Kong. It's also very, very beautiful, you know. So that's Gibson, okay. Yeah, and then of course the Western people is a bit challenging, especially when your base is English. It's not easy to pronounce the language, but for Eastern people, I have my Indonesian background, so I use Indonesian way to say it. It's very easy. For Chinese, it's also easy. You know, you have a ke ke, some per 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 mer for, you know, per per mer for. So same Tibetan also ka 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 nga. You know, it's very similar. But in English, you don't have this aspiration, non-aspirated. Yeah, pinyin is from Latin, but well, yes, but the way we say it is very, very. We differentiate between non-aspirated and aspirated. So we have an advantage. Okay, we have an advantage. Okay, so as compared to when your first language is English, you don't have this non-aspirated. So it's very difficult when you have that. Okay, when you have that. Yeah. So make use of our advantage. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, opinion, but you know, yeah, but different, you know. To me, I find it very different. So yeah, but I don't know. I because maybe I came from Indonesia, I always think that Indonesian language is advantage, you know. With my Indonesian language base, I can speak a lot of languages. Okay, so a bit of all this language, all right. Okay, any more questions? Everybody's so shy. Joy,
Can I ask another question about
Yes,
the seed and the kunshi?
What? Sorry? The seed
seed
and the kunsi.
and the foundation consciousness. It's
Okay.
a lot of confusing.
What's your question?
I remember for one class, Geshe-la mentioned that seed is not kunshi and the seed is not kunshi. But when the seeds opening, the kunshi become the seeds. So for this explanation, somehow I got trumped.
Okay, yeah.
What is really talking about?
Okay. First of all, we need to know what hat we are wearing, right? What school we are referring to. Of course, for me, sometimes I get naughty, you know. I throw away all the other hat. I only wear my middle way hat, you know. So I don't know. When you ask me these questions, my first thinking is actually my first thinking is actually from the higher middle way school. How I understand that, right? And this kunsi is the idea from the mind only. Yeah, so mind only have extra 7 and 8 consciousness, and that is how they used to explain about this, how we store the seeds and how the negative emotions, mental afflictions come about. And yes, it is very useful to understand, especially when we really need to know where we store the seeds, right? But when we put on our higher middle way hat, then the whole thing is actually do not hold anymore. Reason is that in higher middle way, basically there is no number 7 and number 8. Okay, So even the kunsi, the place where we store the seeds, should be also coming from our seeds. So with this understanding, we can say that, yeah, there is no kunsi. There is kunsi is only there when we have our seeds opening and then projecting the kunsi for us to see that, yeah, that is where we keep all the seeds. So that's why Geshe-la say, can you repeat again the sentence? There is no kunsi. Kunsi is only there when seeds open, right? Yeah. So yeah, that is my understanding. So of course, another way to think of it is that mind only also comes from our seeds. So we have good seeds in such a way that it gives us this mind only concept of the kunsi, so that we can understand the seeds even better. Yeah, but when we talk about accuracy, of course, J. Tsongkhapa did mention, right? J. Tsongkhapa did mention, I don't know whether all of you have exposed to ACI 14, I'm sorry, ACI 15, right? J. Tsongkhapa did mention that if what do you call that? Based on what the Buddha really meant, right? So let me find out the sentence. Yeah, so J. Tsongkhapa gave his own position in regards of this mind only. So in his interpretation, in his commentary, on the art of interpretation, he openly declares that he follows the teaching of the consequence group, which is the higher middle way. Yeah, and he said that who on earth who understood these things, let me put this up. Who on earth who understood these things would fail to take the system of the realized being, Nagarjuna, as their own? Yeah. So I think this is very beautiful. This is very beautiful, meaning that after you understand all these teachings, after you understand the mind-only teaching, after you understand the higher middle, lower middle way, higher middle way teaching, after you understand all these things, if you really understand all those things, will you still fail to take the system that is being taught by Nagarjuna, the realized being Nagarjuna? Yeah, persist.
But how and why? Actually, I don't quite understand the differences among the different schools. So how can I study and find the information from that, from KDB? But in actually, I don't know how to study those information and materials from the basics or yeah.
Of course, Luca said knowledge base, which is good. But if you want to learn it more simply, DCI level 12, the art of gratitude. You remember we talked about the archaeological dig, and then we started from accountant, map maker, psychedelics or whatever the term, and then refrigerator, and then the swimmer,
the swimming pool,
Yeah, art of gratitude. You can, a lot of qualified teacher for DCI 12 in China, you can, you are Hong Kong, right? Yeah, you ask Penny Wong. You ask Penny Wong. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's easy. To me, level 12, the archaeological dig is very easy. Yeah. Okay. Now, yes. Hold on.
May I ask another question?
Let me answer Jasmine's question first.
Okay.
How the middle way dispute the mind-only school about the truly existence of the functional consciousness? Actually, okay, I don't know the answer, but I can give you my answer, how I dispute that in me, you know. In middle way, we always say that it is impossible for things to have self-existence, okay? Meaning that it is impossible for things to come from its own way. It always have to come from our way, right? So the way the mind only put the functional foundation consciousness, right? The Kunsi. You know, if you really learn the mind only, you will have the idea that Kunsi exists in itself, because Kunsi contains the seeds, the seeds as a potential and seeds as they ripen. If you just learn mind only, you will think that Kunsi is somewhere. People say, Chinese say, you know, Kunsi is Xin Tian, you know, my wife's name, by the way, Xin Tian. So Kunsi is Xin Tian. So since young, I always think, oh yeah, I have this Xin Tian here, you know, all my seeds are here, you know. But in middle way, we learn that things cannot be self-existence, or rather things can only be self-existence if they are unchanging. And unchanging things cannot, because they are not changing, they cannot produce anything. Means our seeds cannot be kept in there as well, if you are looking at it from the middle way, you know. So based on this understanding, then Kunsi is impossible. That is how my own understanding about this idea. But I don't know the official answer. I don't know how the masters put it, but yeah, this is my understanding, right? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Luca.
Okay, my question is that we were talking about Buddha's three turnings of will. And my understanding for the first one is that he's talking about everything is come from seeds. And the second turning will is talking about nothing, I'll say everything is not from our seeds, does not exist. So it's talking about the emptiness. And the third turning of the wheel, he's talking about the somehow looks like there is a basis of this pen. No, I cannot say it's a pen sense. There is a basis of this round long sense. Then the another seats open, we see this pen. But if even talking about the third turning of wheel, if we go deeper, this kind of red sense or long sense is also coming from seeds. So if we go deeper and deeper, actually, I feel like all three turning of the wheel is only talking about the highest teaching. They are not conflict at all.
No. Okay, the three turning of the wheels. The first turning, I like to call it this way. The first turning of the wheel, basically, he's teaching all the basics. Okay, he's teaching all the basics. The Abhidhamma, the wheel of life, you know, all the list. That's why we call it accountant's period, you know. Basically, accountant periods and the map maker are the first turning of the wheel. And in the first turning of the wheel, he didn't talk about emptiness. He talked about cause and effect. He talked about cause and effect. Okay, he talked about cause and effect. So he didn't touch about emptiness in the first turning of the wheel. Only on the second turning of the wheel, then he talked about emptiness. He talked about seeds. He talked about things coming from us, you know. And then the third turning of the wheel, people ask him, why did you? Okay, so from the first turning of the wheel, in the first turning of the wheel, because of cause and effect, we think that the cause is coming from itself. You see, we didn't even, or rather, we only said that something must be caused by something else. We only talk about that. We didn't talk too much about, okay, then if we were to go all the way back, is there any first cause? Buddha didn't answer. This is considered one of the 14 questions that Buddha didn't answer. Is there any first cause? He didn't answer, right? He didn't answer. So in the first turning of the wheel, this is his position. And then on the second turning of the wheel, he started to talk about emptiness. He started to talk about things coming from us, not coming from itself. And then on the third turning of the wheel, then people ask him, what is the difference? Why did you say one thing in first turning and then another thing on the second turning? That's when he introduced the idea of this mind only. Yeah. So, and then my guess is that Buddha was talking about this because he wanted to explain about what he really meant, as the sutra said, right? And based on the information inside, Buddha actually wanted us to really learn how to interpret his message correctly. Yeah. But of course, when we talk about interpretation, it's back to our own seeds again, whether we have enough seeds or not to understand. So yeah, basically those are the three different differentiation. And if you want to make it easier, basically only the higher middle way, or if you want to use the schools, right? We can say that the third turning of the wheel is easy. That is the mind only school. And then the second turning of the wheel is higher middle way. And all the rest basically are covered in the first turning of the wheel. This is in simple way, right? Although if people want to debate me, they can debate me also because it's too simple. It's too simple, right? But this is just my way of categorizing my information. Okay. So yeah, actually, if you realize, right, if you realize, like you say, like Luca, you mentioned about the raw materials, for example, the cylinder with a color, the raw material, right? This is which school is this when we talk about the raw material? I always like to use the pen story, right? When we tell the pen story, when human goes out and dog goes out, or rather when we put the object on the table, human goes out, dog goes out on the table. What is that? We say potential, nothing, right? But to us, when nobody is in the room, we still think that there is an object on the table. There is a raw material on the table. Which school is this?
Mind only? Oh, no. It's the
Jasmine, you have answer?
Abhidharma?
No. It's a lower middle way. Lower middle way.
yeah.
Why?
Oh, yes.
Because 50-50, right?
Yeah.
50-50. Lower middle way is 50-50. Why we call them lower middle way? Because they think that raw material is already out there. How about higher middle way? Higher middle way, we said, hey, when human goes out of the room, dog goes out of the room, nothing left behind, not even the object. And then just before I walk into the room, my seed projects out the raw material. And then when I go into the room, my seeds project the pen for me to see the pen. You see? Yeah. So I think it's important for us to differentiate all this. All these are covered in the Utpala's book, Emptiness Meditation, and also in the next book, the 60 verses by Arya Nagarjuna. Yeah. It's kind of fun and interesting, So yeah, I look forward when the book is ready. I just want to read through everything. Yeah. All right. All these are basics. And if you have all these basics already, your mixed nuts journey will not be too difficult. Okay. And all these are covered in ACI 1. I don't know whether you have access to ACI 1 or not.
I have another question.
Yes.
About the past lives. we'll see that the present life we are experiencing the past seeds opening, like projecting. But according to the higher middle way, it's impossible for you to be responsible for another person, maybe decades of years ago, that has nothing to do with you. So how could you explain this? Thank you.
Yeah, good question. In fact, we dive very deeply into this in Arya Nagarjuna teaching. And yeah, in the higher middle way, we say that in fact, in Arya Nagarjuna teaching, right, we say that the cause and effect, there is no link. When the result occurs, the cause is gone. They don't even touch each other. So how can, well, I mean, before we can say something is a cause, there has to be a result. But when the result appears, the cause would be gone already. So how can we say that the cause is causing the result, right? This is the higher middle way. In fact, yeah, this is the topic of my book also, which is very, very kind of confusing. So, okay, now before we talk about that first, right? When I say that the apple seed produces the apple tree, right? Yeah, it's good. All of you from China, so you didn't. I don't know whether all of you had a chance to attend the Medicine Buddha, but Geshe Michael, in his translation for the Long Sutra, he added an appendix. He added an appendix behind, and it was an explanation of why cause and effect is not the normal cause and effect that we think we understand, right? Let me see if I can pull out something to show you. Okay, so okay, this is last question. It's almost 1 o'clock. Joy Chan need to eat lunch. You don't have to eat lunch. Joy Chan today is a fasting. So Geshe Michael actually gave a very good explanation, but I'm going to give you the picture. Okay, I'm going to give you the picture. Let me open up my Kindle. Oh, sorry, wrong Kindle. Here it is. Kindle.
And teacher, I want to ask you a question about I am keeping invited by a person who invites me to a Buddhism center to learn some oh no, what is it? I am invited by a person who invites me to go to a Buddhism center to learn some Buddhist logic or sutra something, but actually I don't want to go there because Stanley and Gashela said that we are the lineage of Jack Jungapa, and I just want to learn the material and the information from Jack Jungapa or Geshe Michael. But if I don't go there, she said I'm not, how to say， 就是我就不给面子给他，然后他的东西是好的，我学的东西对我就是说怎么说呢？就是说那个没有立刻的反应，就是没有让我很多的财富或者是什么的，但是其实我不想去，但是我拒绝了，但是他又跟另外的朋友说我拒绝了他，让他不好受怎样？那我怎么办呢？
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, let me translate to English, right? Somebody asks you to go to certain center with different lineage and
actually I don't know his lineage at all.
Yeah. So and then you are worried that if you I mean, you are worried that the person will badmouth you because you don't give face to them, you know?
Yeah, and because we work together, and
Because you work
she,
together.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
we
why
can
you
see all the time.
Mm.
And some of my colleagues go there a long time ago.
I see. So you see, that's why sometimes we like to say that in the workplace or in the normal daily conversation, it's best not to touch on all these things which are considered private, and religious. All these are considered religious, and all these are private too, you know. So it's a bit unhealthy. Okay, so this is normally what we suggest. But if let's say it is happening now, and you don't feel like going, first of all, you need to ask yourself, do you feel like going? If you don't feel like going, you shouldn't force yourself, you know. Like we Chinese, we like, or I don't know, maybe because of my parents, when they don't like to do something, they like to think of excuses, you know. Someone come from Indonesia and then, hey, let's meet up. They don't like to meet them. So they give excuse. Oh, sorry. No, let's say somebody invite them to somewhere, you know, and then they don't feel like going. They just say, oh, I have a guest from Indonesia. I need to accompany them, you know. They like to use all these excuses. I say, no, never use excuse. If you don't like, you just say you don't like. If you don't like, just say you don't like. And you just apologize. Sorry, I don't feel like going, you know. I mean, use say nicely, right? So for your case, first of all, just say nicely. I know you meant good. I know you don't have bad intention. You want me to learn more, you know, but at this point of time, I don't feel like going. You know, you just be frank with them. Don't pretend, don't force yourself to go. Okay. And then 面子, okay, face is something I would say, depend on how you put it. If you really put it well, you know, then it should be okay. Okay. So yeah. And then of course, when we talk about lineage, it's best to keep our lineage clean. Okay. I always like to tell people, hey, Jie Chong Kappa, or in fact, this is Geshe Michael word, you know. People ask him, why didn't you translate books from other masters? Geshe Michael answer is that in Jie Chong Kappa lineage, there are so many books that he has not touched or read at all, you know. So why should I go to others? He say, yeah, maybe I go to others after I finish reading and translating all Jie Chong Kappa's book. So like our case, you know, all of us here, I hope we are all aligned, the same. I hope all of you also agree with me that we are in the same lineage, you know. Geshe, we don't have to talk about Jie Chong Kappa. We talk about Geshe Michael. Geshe Michael books are so many. Have you finished reading all of them? Question number one. Question number two, even if you finish reading, do you understand them or not? You see, you know, so I mean, this is always my principle, you know. You don't have to talk about too much thing, you know. Even DCI level 1 to 12, do you understand all the levels? You know, after you finish this, you know, now Geshe Michael has an advanced level 1, and then beside that, he also has a, what do you call that, ACI series, 18 plus 18, 36 series. Have you read all? Do you understand all? You know, so I mean, this is always my guiding principle. And then another way you can tell people is that, hey, my teacher gave me so many books, I haven't even finished all all of them, so maybe I don't have time to try other things. Yeah, I mean, this is the way. So I mean, yeah, it's the way how you put it across. If you say, no, I don't want, you know, then that is maybe you don't give face. But if you say nicely, then hopefully the person can understand. Okay, I found it. Let me show you. This is very exciting. You can get it from Diamond Cutter Press. Okay, this is our normal understanding. Okay, yeah. We always think of, this example, we always think that one thing causing the other. A is causing the CAT. CAT is causing the cat. The word cat is causing the image of cat, and the image of cat is causing the real cat, right? But if we understand the pen story, if we understand the seed system, how should we look at it? When we understand, every occurrence should come from our seeds. And because of that, one thing, although it looks like one thing is causing the other, but this is wrong. You see the X here, right? So A must have come from our seeds. CAT also from our seeds. And if you look at the arrow should also come from our seeds. Here is yeah, we need to talk about the stapler. And Geshe Michael, come on, where is it? Where's the other picture? Hey, come on, why the picture is gone? He has another picture that he put the seeds below all the arrows. Okay. Okay. Okay, so each occurrence come from our seeds, and even the arrow, yeah, I don't see it here. Actually, you can think of it, even the arrow also come from our seeds. Our seed make us see A causing CAT. Our seed make us see the apple seed is producing the apple tree, So the cause is from our seed, the result is also from our seed, and the relationship is also from our seed. Okay. So this is how we should look at it. Cool? Clear? So in higher middle way, the cause is from the seeds, the result from the seeds, and the relationship also from the seeds. Okay. Okay, I think we are pretty late. Okay, I pity Joy. Joy need to go for lunch. So, okay, I think that's all. Thank you very much for coming back. I'm sorry I ended the Zoom too early. And yeah, okay, so, okay, have a nice day and see you tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Just
much.
I would like to
Thank you
check
so much.
with teacher. I bought the ebook of this medicine Buddha prayer, but I did not find the appendix that you were talking about.
It's
in
a
the
page 242.
No, actually the book is only 153 pages.
3 pages?
153 pages of this
Oh,
ebook.
really? Okay,
Yeah,
hold on.
so would you mind checking?
153. Who sent you that book? Is that Rosa?
I don't know. I received the link via the email.
No. It's not link. It's attached email.
Really?
Yeah. If you receive a link, it's wrong.
I did not receive other emails.
Okay, let me show you my email. So if you buy, after you buy, you should receive this email from Rosa.
No, I did not receive this her email, but I just received the link. It seems like produced by the system. Yeah, from the Diamond Carter Press only.
Okay. Do you want to email her?
Yes.
You want to email her and then
yes.
tell her.
Okay.
Tell her about this the order, right? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Have a nice Sunday. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.